and welcome back to the Vlanalog. Today we're going to be discussing the finale of So You Think You Can Dance. I don't think we're going to have too much more to add to what we had said before because we really went into detail about the final four. But we figured we would wrap it up since now we know that the winner was Gabby. And so I would like to ask...
Spoilers.
I would like 1 week later. I'd like to ask Todd what he thought of the winner.
It was Gabby.
Yep. And were you happy with that? Sad by that?
It was Gabby.
Yeah.
No, I was happy with it. For one thing, the producers seem to have dropped but she's a tapper narrative, so they focused more just that she was a good dancer, and she really did seem to be possibly the best dancer of the bunch as far as cross-discipline and all the other skills that she exhibited. So I think she's a worthy winner.
I agree. I agree that she definitely was the best cross-discipline. I will say I found it very interesting that when they were all picking their favorite dances, that two of the ones that were picked for Yaya, over here, two of the ones that were picked for Yaya were ones that were out of her discipline. It's like they kind of liked it when she did the one that was like a ballroom style and then the one contemporary style. So I thought that was kind of telling. And it, in my opinion, wow, our cats are going nuts. In my opinion, I felt that maybe that meant that she was going to win, like that was where it was headed, because it was like it was showing her cross-discipline, abilities. But yeah, I was not surprised when they told Haley first that she was going to be gone.
No, I think, like we said in the last video, I think she has a good career as a dancer, but she just lacked that pop to make her the star of the show.
Just one moment. Okay, so we're back.
Editing.
Yes, we're just going to have to merge that together because now we have a cat who is very naughty and trying to start fights with his older sister. But anyway, we're back and we're ready to talk about Haley. Good career as a future dancer.
Well, I was
finish that?
Formulating my thought because I was thinking I may need to start from scratch on that thought because I'm not sure where you're going to make the cut.
Yeah.
So, like we said last time, Haley's going to have a very good career as a professional dancer ahead of her. But I could understand why the voters, she just didn't pop as the best dancer. I think that even though someone from Team Stage 1, a standard contemporary dancer has to have a lot of charisma or something to win. It just seems like that genre is not as popular.
Right.
And the stats probably completely contradict that, but that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that really this show does kind of meet its mission in it being like an all-around kind of dancer. And when someone seems a little too much into one category, I don't think that that's...
Yeah, and she acquitted herself well. She was professional on every front. It's just something just wasn't there.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, she will definitely... We might see her someplace else. Speaking of seeing someplace else, it was neat when we saw... help me with the name. In Peter Pan.
Melanie Martin? No.
Is that? No.
Melanie that won.
Yeah.
What's her last name?
It wasn't Moore, was it?
Yes.
Is it Moore?
Maybe. It's an M name.
Now I was thinking that... Anyway, so these dancers do go elsewhere, and there is a spot for everyone. But as far as being America's favorite dancer, I think it's clear that you kind of need to be well-rounded. And I do think that Gabby met that criteria.
She did. I feel she had a very strong background in the stage dances, and she could really compete with the street styles as well. She seemed adaptable.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because that also describes Haley, I guess, that She had a strong grounding. She was adaptable. She just didn't...
I think almost her look lent itself to more stage. I think sometimes, like, she seemed a little too proper or too something with the street side of things. I think she danced it well, but I don't know if it was more smiling or not really getting into the buck of it all.
Thank you, Lil L.
Yeah. But Virgil, I didn't know whether it was going to be him or Yaya in the final two. I was a little surprised after the dancing for the final dance of the four of them that it wasn't Virgil. I thought, like I said, I going into it I thought it would be Yaya, but after the dancing and like the critique of the judges, I thought it might be Virgil. But I felt that he had that extra charisma, I guess.
Right. Yeah, he was a ton of charisma. I don't know if his stage dances were top flight, but I think a lot of it was his size. It's kind of like how sometimes the guys get criticized for just being forklifts that are too big and move the women around. But he was kind of the opposite, where, I mean, he was clearly a strong guy, but he lacked the size to do a lot of the lifts and the intricate moves that you need. And I think without some of those tricks, he didn't get showcased to the crowd as much.
Yeah. And, that's kind of what I kind of find interesting. I feel that, like, in the choreography, they'll dumb down street for the stage, but they don't dumb down stage for the street.
I could agree with that. I hesitate just because I don't know enough about stage.
Well, I think a
lot of it looks like spasms to me, so I have a hard time grading it.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe that's it. Maybe, but it's just sort of like the tricks that they can do with street. The choreographers don't put that in when they have somebody, because obviously if someone can't do 10 backflips in a row, they can't do it. And so they choreograph around it. But then I feel that the choreography, like, I'm never super wowed by... I mean, there are occasions that I've been wowed by a street choreography. I mean, I think the one that they did that was in response to the women's one, the one that they showed again this time, that was good. But it was two street dancers doing it, so they didn't have to dumb it down. And then, like I said, this past time when they had Virgil and Yaya, where they could have done something amazing with the street choreography, they wound up doing a contemporary.
Yeah, which didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense at all. But, overall, I think congratulations to Gabby. I think she deserved it. She might not have been my favorite dancer, but certainly deserving of the title.
Yaya's the only one we didn't mention individually.
Oh, well,
We feel that was subsumed in the set?
I guess she was the one I kind of was rooting for, but
I
don't know.
She was the one I knew before the show. But
I liked her spunk. I liked her. I guess when I was saying how I thought that when they picked her two dances, I thought that she would be the one when they were stage dances that they picked for her. I thought maybe she can dance stage, and
she can, but she'll have a good career in front of her, I'm sure.
Yep.
But yeah, worthy winner. No one I was wowed by that I was rooting for strongly. Just four good dancers.
Yeah. So I guess in closing, next season, did you like this format of stage versus street? Do you want to see it go back to kind of a guys and girls thing, or just throw the dancers out there, whatever they are, they are?
I didn't really care for stage versus street for all the reasons we talked about before, where it really wasn't stage versus street. I do like the genders being mixed a little more, because I felt we had more pairs this season that weren't the traditional strongman, floppy woman contemporary stuff. But Yeah, I'm open to changes. I just want them to be logically consistent with whatever they do.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right, we'll end on that. I think that was a strong note to end on. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.